I'm OBG. Now, you may argue, how can you defeat a savage system with love? And it seems like a strange concept to many people. They're like, how can you do it though? These people are so mean, they're so aggressive to us and so on. And it can be done. And even if it isn't done with love, it can be done with patience. Now, I'm not the patient route guy. I'm not for the patience. I just think sometimes, you know, it's not even a greater part of me. It is a part of me. I don't know what percentage it would be, but I'm the violent guy. If someone meets you with violence, escape or use violence against them, you know. For every woman that's beaten by her husband, it's like when people say, well, talk him out of it or love him for it or be peaceful. It's like, no. You've got two choices. Walk away or fight back, you know. And same with race as well. And I think women and black people, they're the two things I really champion the most. People of colour are so patient and so forgiving, making up the majority of the world, more men and women in the world, more people of colour than white people in the world. Considering there's so much oppression against us, we have to be disorganised. Not us, they keep us disorganised and disconnected, because should we come together, even not come together, should we rise, should we use violence against our oppressors, it's going to be a nasty day for them more so than us, you know. And even though they're holding on to a lot of the arms worldwide and weapons and so on, which is what they're holding them on for, really, and it's not about conflict from other countries. I've got no fear of that. You know, we're a force to be reckoned with, and the women are a force to be reckoned with. So that's the violent route. If you want to do it through violence, because women outnumber men, and you know, people of colour outnumber white people, we could just fight them. But this is where the love comes in. We're patient, and women are patient, and we love. Women try to correct bad boys. Black people try to correct racism, all through patience and through love and time. But the people who are beating women up and murdering women, and the people who are hating on people of colour, it's like they're abusing their power still, and they've got the economic position. So instead of them kind of saying, okay, we get it, we've had power for long enough, you guys want some equality, they're still not playing fairly. They're still quite happy to be sat up in their ivory towers and looking down on people. And this is why I call them out, once again, not as individuals, but, you know, the men and the way they treat women, and racism, the way that white people treat people of colour. And some white people are offended by it, but that's because you're living in that position of privilege. If you wasn't, you wouldn't be offended. You'd understand that it is a privilege. And me as a man, I understand that being a male's a privilege, and you know, I wouldn't fight over that. No point complaining. What about men? That man who killed that woman who killed her husband that time. Women kill men too. We get it, but we're talking about on the whole, and every life's important, but there's an imbalance there, and that needs addressing. And two ways to fight it, as I said, is either through love or through violence.
OBG.